Welcome back to the Spartan Update. I'm your host, Always a Miracle. Today's November 1st, and it's a gross 44 degrees. Today, we're here with your co-host, Bethany Blonder, and our guest, Mr. Looney. How are you doing today?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Okay, what's your favorite color?
Favorite color is probably blue.
Blue?
Yes.
Is it that color blue what you're wearing?
Yeah, that's probably it.
Okay, that's good. Okay, where'd you grow up?
I grew up, well, actually, I was born in Newark, and we always summered in Avon, and then we moved full-time when I was 5.
Is it different from, like, over here?
Avon is pretty close to here, so, it's growing up at a beach town was great. So it's a small town. It's like a half mile.
Yeah.
So it's really small, but it was, I lived 2 blocks from the beach, so that was an awesome childhood.
Did you surf?
I'm a decent surfer. I actually enjoy body surfing more.
Wait, what's body surfing?
Body surfing is where it's just you and the water, and you ride the waves.
Like swimming?
Okay, I think I saw. It's like a different kind of board. Is it a different board?
No, there's no board.
What's the difference between body surfing and swimming?
Oh my god.
Well, swimming because you're riding waves.
Oh,
You're actually taking the wave in
and following it.
Right, exactly.
I almost drowned doing that, but it was very fun. Did you skate at all?
Skate?
Like skateboard?
Very little.
Very little.
Not a big skateboarder.
So you grew up in Avon, is that how you say it?
Avon, yeah, Avon by the sea. It's right next to Belmar, right across the bridge from Belmar.
All right. So how was like life growing up there?
I went to a small school. Avon Elementary is very small. There's K through 8, and it was great. It was a really fun childhood. I'm one of 8 children, so that was strange growing up with that many people. That sometimes it was great, sometimes not so great, but
yeah,
that's part of being in a big family.
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm number 6 of 8.
Number 6.
My 3 sisters came first, then I have 2 older brothers and 2 younger brothers.
Oh wow. So kind of like what in order, like girls then boys, like that?
Yeah, thank God the girls came first because they took care of us and they were awesome. My sisters are incredible people.
Oh, that's nice. My sisters are terrible. But yeah.
I'm the only sister, so I mean I can say that I am also the best.
Okay. So did you do track in high school?
I did. I played basketball. I did track. I would say I was a jack of all trades in track, not great at anything, but I did a lot of different events. I high jumped 6 feet, which that would be considered pretty good now, except I had 3 guys in my own high school who were better. So
how high did they jump?
They were all over 6 feet, and I only did 6 feet once, but they were more consistent over 6 feet, and I think one got up to 6'4".
Oh wow, that's kind of cool. That's a little insane. How tall were they though?
They were, well, one guy was tall. He was 6'8", and then the other 2 were probably closer to my height.
Okay, so did you?
I'm 6'2", so.
You're 6'2"?
Yeah.
Did you like always want to do track? Cause that was like your thing.
No, I actually tried it for the high jump, and then I didn't really fully get into distance running until I started lifeguarding. And when I started lifeguarding, a bunch of my friends were distance runners, and they kind of encouraged me. Yeah. And I actually became really into distance running more from lifeguarding than from high school. Oh,
you did lifeguarding too? Was that like a high school job or no?
I started in high school, and I still do it. I actually still do it on the beach in Avon.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
What kind of teacher are you? I
teach English. This year I have sophomores and juniors, and then second half of the year I'm going to teach the film course.
Film course?
Oh, art of film?
The art of film, yes.
Yeah, I think I'm taking that.
Awesome.
Well, maybe.
I look forward to having you in class.
Thank you.
Wait, what's the art of film?
So
curious.
The art of it used to be called film as literature, and now they changed it to art of film. And basically, we watch movies, we analyze movies, we write about them, we look at the directors, the producers. I'm actually reading a book right now called Leave the Gun, Take the Cannoli, and it's about the making of The Godfather, one of the greatest movies ever made. Yeah. And it's really interesting about Mario Puzo wrote the book, and then it became a movie, but this book talks about how difficult it was to make that a movie, and now it's considered one of the most successful movies of all time.
It definitely is. I've heard of it. I haven't watched it since I was little, though. I don't really remember what it's about.
It's about the mafia and the 5 families, and basically it's about this area too. It's based primarily in New York.
New York? Oh, like New York, New Jersey kind of thing?
Exactly. Not the Sopranos. Okay. Sopranos was more based in New Jersey.
Yeah.
The Godfather's more the New York mafia.
Okay. Is that like your favorite movie? If you have a favorite movie?
No, it's in my top 10 for sure. My favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption.
Wait, I know that.
Morgan Freeman.
Okay, my mom. I think that's my mom's favorite movie.
My dad really likes that movie too.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crazy.
It's Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. It's a pretty amazing movie.
Okay, what's your second favorite movie? I feel like we have all top.
I don't know
three.
if I have a specific second, because people always say, "What's your favorite?" And I go with The Shawshank Redemption. Godfather's definitely top 10.
Definitely top 10.
Casablanca would be in my top 10. Good Will Hunting would be in my top 10. And then I have to think about that a little bit more, but those are just off the top of my head.
Yeah. What's your favorite?
My favorite movie?
Yeah. And don't say Taylor Swift.
Okay, well, I wasn't going to. I was... Pride and Prejudice, 2005.
What is it?
Pride and Prejudice.
Pride? I've never heard of that.
Really?
No.
It's based on a book by Jane Austen.
I don't know who
I
Jane
can watch
Austen
that
is
movie.
either.
I can watch that movie 3 million times in a row and never get bored of it. And I just started understanding what they're actually saying, because it's like, you know, like Jane Austen speaks. So it's like, I don't really understand what they're saying half the time. But now I do. And I'm
Yeah.
like, yes. Oh my God. I love that movie.
My favorite movie is the B movie.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good
And
comedy.
I just figured out that it was him. Like, I got older, so I was like, wait, I hear his voice.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, I love that.
Who are these people?
That's exactly how he talks. And then, what is it called? My mom loves the show. What's the show?
Seinfeld.
Just Seinfeld.
Seinfeld, yeah.
I hate it. Do you like it?
It's the best TV show ever.
Oh my God, please.
Eventually you'll get it, and then you're going to, 10 years from now, you're going to go, how did I not like this when I was
No,
seven?
I don't think I will ever like it.
We will agree to disagree on that one.
It's just the show is about
Nothing.
exactly.
Yeah. But
So
it's
you like
amazing.
it?
It's amazing.
No.
Okay.
Wait, what's your favorite show? Or is that it's Seinfeld?
Well, Seinfeld's the best comedy of all time.
Yeah.
It is. Other TV shows that stand out, I would say Cheers was also a great comedy.
Cheers, I've heard of that.
I think MASH was a really good show and really kind of groundbreaking. So I'd say I'd put those three probably up there as three of the best TV shows ever.
Okay. How was life like as a kid? Like, what kind of kid were you? Or like a teenager, I should say.
So I was, really a beach kid. I always loved the beach. And so that's my favorite time of year is summer for sure, and still is. And I'm not really into winter. People always like, oh, do you ski? No, don't love winter. Eventually I would like to be out of here for January, February, March and be a snowbird and just live here for the 9 months that I actually like. So I'm not a winter kid. But like I said, growing up in Avon was fun. There was a lot of stuff to do. The beach was kind of the center of it all for like most shore kids.
Yeah, that seems fun. You have anything you want to ask?
Do you have any kids?
So I have 2 kids. My son, Dylan, is a senior at CBA.
My brother's name is Dylan.
Is it spelled correctly? Dylan?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Is it spelled correctly?
Correctly, because
Okay.
Dillon. Sorry for you spelled that way, but it's really not right.
It's with a Y.
So my son's a senior at CBA. He rows crew. He's a really good student, and he's looking at colleges right now. He wants to be a doctor, so that's his goal, and he'll make it happen. He's done really well academically, and my daughter is a sophomore at Manasquan, and she's a basketball player.
Okay. Do they like follow in your footsteps? Like,
Well, it's funny you say that, because my son played baseball his whole life and was really good, and then he played freshman year at CBA, and then he decided he didn't like baseball anymore,
Oh, wow.
and he switched over to crew. And he was worried that I'd be upset that he switched, and I said, no, you have to do what makes you happy. And I've kind of always told them that. Don't follow what I do. Same thing with lifeguarding. He said all his life, I don't think I want to be a lifeguard. I said, that's fine. And then after he did caddying for 2 years, he said, Dad, I know this is weird, but I think I want to be a lifeguard. And now he loves it. He's done He's done it for 2 summers and absolutely loves it.
do you have to be like a professional? Like, how do you train for a lifeguard?
So the test is actually relatively easy once you are a decent swimmer. You have to swim 20 laps in under 10 minutes.
In the ocean or like in a pool?
In the pool. Well, so sometimes they do the test in the ocean. And if they do the test in the ocean, it's 500 yards in under 10 minutes, which is really not that hard. If you're a swimmer. So for example, most of the kids on our swim team
Yeah.
would be able to do that. and there are a lot of, like our school record for the boys is probably under 5 minutes. The school record for the girls is just over 5 minutes. So to do 10 minutes, you're talking double the time. So if you're a solid swimmer, you should be able to do that.
That seems like a lot of conditioning, a lot of...
You have to train for it. When my son first started to train for it, it was not pretty. And gradually he figured it out. When he first got into the water, he was kind of spinning his wheels. And then eventually I told him you have to get longer and you glide a little bit. And he got it. So I'm not a great swimmer. Like I've seen the really great swimmers. I'm solid, but I'm not. And I'm actually much better in the ocean than in a pool. So we had kids when I coached swimming for 10 years here who were amazing. And it was fun coaching them, but they were at a level that I never swam.
Really? Did you ever save anybody?
Yeah, I've guarded for 44 years. I've probably averaged like 10 saves a summer.
10? Oh.
That's crazy.
No, that's actually insane.
Yeah.
No.
Well, if you noticed this past summer in particular, there were a lot of drownings when guards were off duty. So that's when most drownings occur, when guards are off duty. And when guards are on duty, it's extremely rare. So, and a lot of times, some of the saves are very simple. For example, this summer, there were 2 women. They were both in tubes. And one, they started getting swept out in a current. And one decided the best thing to do was to get out of the one thing that was keeping her afloat, the tube. And then her friend went over to go save her. And then I ended up having to go get both of them.
Oh my God. That's
my
biggest fear.
It's actually probably one thing that I do that I'm confident in and feel like I'm good at, because I think like I'm a good teacher, but there's a million good teachers. I'm a good coach, but I think there's a million good coaches. I think saving someone's life in the ocean and not panicking that's more unique.
Huge. That's important. That's so scary. Wait, 10 saves a summer.
Yeah. And so I was in Florida 2 years ago with my wife and daughter, and there were all of a sudden 2 people start screaming. And I look at the lifeguard stand. There's one lifeguard stand for a huge area. And so this guy goes in after 3 people. And I said, oh, I better go in. So I went in and I went to one person. He went to 2, got him floating. And then he was about to come over and get the 3rd person. And he saw I already had the person going in. And he said, are you okay? I said, yeah. So when I got into the beach, this is in Fort Lauderdale, the whole beach was watching the rescue and was very excited about it. And the guards from Florida, because then another truck drove down the beach and started to help. They said, I said, I guard at home. And they go, oh, thank goodness you were here. And I'm thinking to myself, that guy had to guard an area that was so huge.
I saw that before.
Whereas like in Avon, we have 9 stands for a half mile, which is actually more than enough. But in Florida, they have a huge area that they guard. And I think that would be pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of pressure for like one person.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's but they do have backups, and they have a lot of the Florida lifeguards are also EMTs, and they're part of like the fire department and the first aid. So they have a lot of trucks and things like that. But I think that the amount of area that one guard watches is probably bigger than it should be.
I feel like that's a safety hazard.
No,
I remember I was gonna say it was the 5th grade, and I never went like camping before, so we went to the beach and we just all decided to boogie board, and I was doing good like for my first time, but my 2 friends, they were in the water with us and they didn't come out, and there was like only one lifeguard around, and I turn around like we're screaming for somebody because I could see them like asking for help.
Did they get rescued?
Yeah, they got rescued. Yeah. Like it was so scary because it was like nobody was around. They weren't even like, lifeguards weren't up on the stands. Like I couldn't see them. I don't know if they were saving
where
someone
was
else. This? Was it? No, I don't think it was Long Branch. I don't remember where it was. Was it Belmar Beach? I'm gonna say it was like Belmar.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah, that was pretty scary.
Yeah.
Experience. Okay. If you could go back to any time period, what would it be, or when would it be?
If I could go back, that's an interesting question. If I could go back to any time period, I think I would like to go back to. I gotta think. That's actually really interesting. Maybe the end of World War II. That seems like it was a good time in America.
That was so specific. Why did
just because it was we had finished a horrible war, and the United States had established itself as the superpower, and I think it was just an optimistic time in America. So I think that would be kind of cool to go back to like 1945.
That's cool. What about you?
I was thinking about this. I want to say like the Victorian era, but like women didn't really have rights, so maybe not. But also like I would want to go to like the 70s because like, oh my god, do you know those like fur jackets, like the leather jackets with like the fur on the inside?
Oh no.
I want one of those so bad, and I feel like there would be a lot of those in the 70s.
Ew, you like that?
Well,
that type of style
there's
is like
a
so...
specific one that I'm thinking of.
A specific one?
Yeah. Have you seen like Daisy Jones and the Six?
No.
Okay, well, the main character in that show wears a lot of those like jackets, and I just...
But I said I always watch like medieval movies, so like I would go back to the medieval times, but I don't think I would because I don't know how
there's actually a funny movie about that with I'm not sure if it Kevin Hart?
No, not Kevin Hart. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who was it? Who's the other one?
Martin.
Tucker?
It's Martin.
Oh, it's okay. Martin Lawrence?
Martin Lawrence.
Okay.
And that movie was hilarious.
Yes.
I think it was like in the 90s when that came out. I'm not sure, early 2000s.
Not this exactly, but like...
Oh my god, show the camera.
Kind of style.
Let me see.
Can you see? I don't know if you can see.
Please show them.
Oh my god, yeah.
You like things like that?
Yes, I'd probably be allergic to them because like I'm allergic to like fur, but like
you'd have to get fake fur, faux fur.
Oh no, and then that's even worse. Fake fur.
But they're just so cute.
But if it wasn't medieval times, I think I'd go to like the early 2000s because their style then was like really nice. But yeah, I like the 90s and the 80s. I feel like
the 90s.
My dream was always riding a bike to the library.
90s was a good decade. Absolutely.
I just want to go to like a time where like
phones weren't really in.
Yeah, and like I want to like go like see live music without like knowing what the set list was, because I feel like I always know what it is now.
What does that even mean?
No, I agree with that.
Like when I went to see Taylor Swift, I knew exactly what she was gonna play, what song she was gonna play, and when. And I want to be able to go to like see live music without knowing what they're gonna play. You know?
When it would actually be spontaneous.
Yeah.
So that's I agree with you. So people ask me why I didn't go see Bruce Springsteen on the last tour, and there were multiple reasons. I've seen him many times, and he's really good in concert. But A, he charged way too much for the tickets. B, he also played essentially the same set every night. And I heard those concerts, and I said, why would the whole point of a concert should be to be spontaneous and not just play the same songs every night.
To be different, yeah. I've never went to a concert.
I have a question kind of similar to the last one. If you could go into any movie, like fantasy or like real or whatever, like which movie would you go into?
That's also a great question. Let's see if I could go into a movie.
Yeah, this is harder than the last
I
question.
know that's a great question. It's funny because my daughter used to watch one summer. We watched Teen Beach Movie like every day, and that's the whole point about he wants to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So I never really thought about that. I guess if I could be in any movie, that's great.
The million.
I guess maybe it's kind of like Teen Beach Movie. The movie of my era was Grease. So that would be kind of fun. Even though I can't dance at all, that would actually be a fun movie to be.
I love Grease. I absolutely love it. I grew up on that movie. That movie is me. I would do that too.
So that's kind of a fun. That seems like it would have been a fun set to be in, and just a fun time to be. Yeah.
Yeah, to be cool or a nerd, I guess.
Yeah,
I'd be a nerd because that's just me. What about you, Bethany?
I'd probably go into like maybe. Oh my god, this is so like, of course, but like Harry Potter, I feel like would be so fun.
Oh.
Or like something with magic.
Definitely.
Like, I've always been the type that's been like I've just like looked at something and been like, I bet I can move this with my mind right now.
So Matilda.
So your superpower would be telekinesis?
I don't know, just something like.
My superpower would definitely be flying. I even have dreams about it. That would just be amazing. So that would be my superpower.
I think mine's is like going invisible. I feel like I could just, like the cloak and
Yes.
the Harry
Invisibility
Potter.
cloak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think they're real. I don't know. Maybe one's on the floor right now.
Eventually
Yeah.
there will be one
Oh, I know. It's a little scary.
with AI and yeah.
Oh yeah. How do you feel about the AIs and the? Yeah.
So I teach 1984 and Brave New World, and both of those books deal pretty heavily with technology. And we watched something at the end of reading 1984, and it's pretty good overall, John Green Crash Course. And he talks about, he's not opposed to technology, but it's like anything else, it's how you use it. So I think that technology, without a doubt, has many benefits. It's just a matter of where people get obsessed with it and lose sight of reality. Then I think that's when it becomes negative.
I definitely agree.
Me too. Yeah.
Yesterday I went to the movies. I believe it's a new movie. It's called The Creator.
Oh yeah, I know of it. Yeah, I saw when I went to see Oppenheimer this summer. They showed the trailer for that.
It's a very scary, and I feel like robots are going to take over because just as people are taking the artificial intelligence so far,
Right.
And it just makes me like want to throw my phone
Terminator
away.
talked about that back 20 years
And
ago.
they knew it was going to happen.
The rise of the machines, and Isaac Asimov, who's a great science fiction writer, he talked about that too, about the idea of eventually robots having a role in the world, which is can be unsettling.
I don't want that. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
They could keep the robots. Matter of fact, throw my phone in there too.
Yeah.
I'm done.
I feel like
It's gonna happen though.
if everybody got rid of their phones, I would also get rid of my phone. But I wouldn't want to be the only person who got rid of my phone.
I'll throw it away right now. That phone is nothing to me.
I just read about a school district in Florida that bans phones completely. And at first, of course, there was resistance because there were parent groups and there were student groups that protested, but now they say that it's worked pretty well. So I know that was something here that for a long time, the phones were an absolute no. And then after 9/11, especially, a lot of people were very opposed to not being able to get in instant contact. So I see both sides of the issue. And like I said, if students abuse it and they're not getting their work done, then obviously that's an issue. But if you know when and where you should be using it, that's probably okay.
Yeah, like in middle school, like even now, they're like no phones. And I agree with that. But I feel like when you get like to our age, like seniors and stuff, like you probably should have your phone.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a little distraction, but
As long as you're able to like recognize like, okay, it's time to like put my phone down and like focus, like I think that that's like important. But I think that having it at lunch and like free blocks or whatever should be like totally fine. That's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, when you see groups of people out and all of them are just obsessed with their phones, that's kind of sad.
Yeah.
It's boring too. Like live your life. That's why I like the 80s and the 90s area, not just like because the style and the music, just because it just seems so free. Like one of my other favorite movies is Stand By Me, and they were just free. Like they just looked like they were traveling, just having fun, going around.
That's way up there on my list too, and that's actually from the same book by Stephen King that The Shawshank Redemption was in. Yes, Stephen King wrote. It's called The Body, and it's from a collection of stories called Different Seasons. And he wanted to write about his childhood, Stephen King, and he said, but when I wanted to include all of those things, I didn't really have a story. And he goes, then I thought, what if they were going somewhere? And he said, going to see a body, and that became the impetus for Stand By Me.
Yeah, that was my favorite movie as a kid, and then it was Grease, and now it's the B movie. But
yeah, Stand By Me is way up there for me also, and I think Rob Reiner actually directed that movie, and he based it on his childhood. And one of the cool things about Stephen King is, first of all, he sells all the film rights to people for $1, and he also doesn't try to have total control over what the movie becomes. And that was true with Shawshank Redemption and Stand By Me. When Stand By Me, Rob Reiner had a different vision of one part of the movie, and Stephen King's like, sure, go with that. That's fine.
Yeah. Doesn't he like write scary books?
Yes. And I'm not into horror much,
Me neither.
but he's a great horror writer. And my favorite stuff by him is the non-horror. The Stand By Me, The Shawshank Redemption, The Green Mile. Although The Green Mile has some supernatural elements to it, it's not like a pure horror movie.
Yeah. Do you like It?
Not a big fan of it.
I love It. The second
I
one,
love
not
it.
so much.
Get it? No. And my daughter actually is much braver when it comes to horror movies than any of my wife, myself, or my son. So she's more
into that type.
Yeah, like It, for example. Yes.
No, it's the only scary movie I can watch without being scared.
Yeah.
Because I laugh at it. Like, he looks goofy. He doesn't look scary. I mean, like, if I saw him in real life, I'd probably, like, cry and go into a ball. But, like, you know, on TV it's kind of funny.
You can, like, disconnect it.
Yeah. And I think, like, did he, like, direct the movie, or is it, like, somebody else?
No, he doesn't really direct his movies.
They just get the idea from him?
Yeah, so he also wrote The Shining. He wrote...
Heard about that.
He wrote Carrie. So he
did?
Yeah. Stephen King, I think that was his first... Pretty sure that was his first big success, was Carrie. Yes.
Scarred me as a child. Oh my gosh. Did you ever watch it?
No, but, like, I know... Okay. So embarrassing. I know a lot of, like, the popular movies from, like, when they were recreated in Glee.
Oh, no. You're done.
Yeah.
Nope.
So, like...
Glee's terrible, too.
So, like, Carrie, they, like, recreated Carrie in Glee. And, like, also Grease. I haven't actually seen Grease. I should.
Oh.
I should, but they
You're
recreated that
hurting
in
my
Glee.
heart a lot right now.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, both of you.
But, like, Carrie...
Don't judge her.
Oh, I'm really trying.
Thank you.
But it's okay. We can watch the movie together.
Okay.
I grew up, like, watching all the old movies, so, like, I know. But, like, Carrie, I think that everybody should watch that. It's like a story behind it.
There's a remake of it too, like a lot of movies.
There definitely is.
Chloe
There's like
Grace
3 of them.
Moretz. Oh my god. Sorry.
Okay.
I love movies too. Just like rom-coms and stuff, so.
Rom-coms.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I have a question for you. When you watch movies with your family, is there ever like a difference in like the way you view the movies after, because you like analyze them because you're used to doing that for class and like...
So
family,
I always tell people that when you watch a movie, it's always going to change based on where you are at that point in your life. I for example, when I watched Monty Python and the Holy Grail when I was really young, I probably didn't get all of the humor. When I watched it in high school, I probably understood more, college more, and then when you're older, you see it in a different way. It's kind of like a little kid watching The Simpsons. A little kid watches The Simpsons, he laughs because Bart is disrespectful and just goofy, but he probably doesn't get all of the allusions and references that an older person would get. So I think that's the thing. And so watching movies with my kids at different ages, it's definitely, as you know, now my son's a senior in high school, my daughter's a sophomore, so they understand a lot more than they did when they were younger.
Yeah.
Okay. Halloween was yesterday, so like, what's your favorite season? Like, no, what's your favorite holiday?
My favorite holiday is Christmas for sure. Halloween, not that big on Halloween. I'm not opposed to it, but I don't love it. Thanksgiving, I think it's kind of an overrated meal personally.
Definitely.
And
Well, yeah, definitely.
so
hate turkey.
that's I'm just kind of like that. But Christmas is my favorite time of year. My favorite holiday time of the year. Definitely, just everything that it involves. I think people tend to be
distracted.
Well, people tend to be better at that time of year, not being kind of overly optimistic about people. But I think that, the Christmas Carol, you kind of want to think that people lose their Ebenezer Scrooge and become actually generous and in the holiday spirit.
Yeah.
Not everybody gets there, but I think it's a little bit of that. I also like the idea of the build up to Christmas. I think it's kind of fun.
Yeah,
I think the
love it.
one problem is that they start doing it now, which they should wait until the day after Thanksgiving. Like I think it's
start
kind
now.
of crazy when you start Christmas advertisements before, like people started
Thanksgiving.
before Halloween.
Oh, before, yeah.
So that's a little bit over the top.
No, I'm so excited. Like, when I was younger, Halloween was like, it was fun because it was candy, you were dressing up, like, but now I'm getting older. I forgot that yesterday was Halloween. Nobody dressed up in school. Like, I feel we're getting old. But like,
Did you see those people dressed in the unicorn like blow-ups yesterday? Like the
yeah,
inflatable
those are
costumes?
funny.
I think
Who
there were
was
more
that?
teachers dressed up than students.
There
yesterday.
was. There definitely was. And I was just like, wow, we're getting up there.
Yeah, exactly. But that's
Yeah.
okay.
And like Thanksgiving,
People?
food. I love food, but like, it gets boring eating turkey and gravy every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like Christmas is like, I love the colors. I love being cold. I hope it snows a lot.
The music.
The music, oh, Buble, get it up all up in there. What about you?
They actually bring Mariah Carey out of her frozen
yeah,
box.
she defrosts.
She defrosts every year, and then we hear that song.
I'm actually gonna cry because every time I hear that, I'm just like, okay, turn it off. The radio. You walk into a store, it's on. You scroll on TikTok, it's there. Like, Mariah, girl, I love you, but please get rid of it. And they say it's like the best Christmas song ever, or like Mariah song.
Well, she's made her entire. She would never have to do another thing, and she could live off that
song. Yeah. Just wait until Christmas and then racks.
She gets like her yearly like payment from the song.
Yes,
that's crazy.
Imagine how much views it has on YouTube.
Probably like millions.
Billions.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's over.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, what about you? When's your favorite holiday?
Well, I'm Jewish, so Hanukkah, probably. I don't know. I kind of like. I feel like I like my birthday more than any holidays. Because like it's my day.
That's honest.
No, not me. I feel like I cry every birthday that I have.
Oh, me too.
I just hate getting older.
Yeah, definitely.
Some kids are like, I can't wait to turn 18. I'm like,
no, I'm terrified.
I want to be a baby.
I love my birthday
I want to stay as a kid.
Yeah.
Aren't you 18?
No, not yet.
Oh.
March.
Yeah. January, February, March. Oh, you're older than me. I don't like that. I mean, of course, like, it's cooler, but, like, I just don't want to turn 18.
Yeah, no, me neither. I registered to vote at lunch a couple weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
What? I can't believe I'm old enough to register to vote. Like, that's crazy.
All right, I'm getting sad. Okay, next topic. What's your favorite, did I say favorite food yet?
No, my favorite food is Vic's Pizza.
Vic's Pizza? Where is Vic's Pizza?
Bradley Beach, New Jersey.
Bradley Beach, gotta try it. Did you ever try Tony Baloney's?
I don't think so.
Try
Where's that?
That's in Long Branch at Pier.
Tony Baloney's. All right, I'll have to give it a shot.
Tony Baloney's.
I'm a pizza connoisseur, so I'll have to try that one.
Okay, you gotta try it. What about you?
My favorite food?
Mm-hmm.
Pizza.
Why does everyone say pizza? I love cheeseburgers, but like if I was to get pizza.
Actually, spaghetti. I love spaghetti. What are your thoughts on spaghetti? Like, what's your favorite shape of pasta?
Let's see. I like rigatoni bolognese. That's a pretty good one. Yeah.
What is that?
Rigatoni bolognese. Rigatoni is like a kind of just solid noodle. And bolognese is like a meat sauce.
Okay.
What about you? What's your favorite shape of pasta?
I don't know.
Like the elbows.
I think like the... Oh, no.
The bow ties.
I hate that too.
The ones with the holes.
The ones with the holes. No, I like the rectangle ones, like the Alfredo type.
Oh.
I think
like the
those,
fettuccine.
They kind of holds the sauce more, so...
Yeah.
Top. That's top.
Good call.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you watch football?
I do.
What's your favorite team right now?
My favorite team is the Giants, so I'm obviously suffering.
Yeah.
And I was actually, even though I'm a Giants fan, I was actually hoping for a great season for both the Giants and the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
And once Aaron Rodgers went down, the Jets' great season kind of went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
But I still think they're having a good season.
Time, yeah.
Yeah, I think they still have a shot at making the playoffs. And I think Patrick Mahomes is amazing.
Sure.
Chiefs.
He's
Travis Kelce. Taylor Swift.
Well, yeah, the whole Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift thing is a little bit overdone, but
it's really overdone. The whole game, Taylor Swift was in the corner, or they just showed a picture of her. Like,
yeah, but you know that's entertaining.
For
but I think Patrick Mahomes is one of the best quarterbacks I've ever seen.
Yeah, really.
He's amazing.
I like the Dolphins.
Dolphins' offense is very high powered.
Mm-hmm.
They have like four of the fastest guys in the league.
Yeah. So
they're fun to watch. But I think that the Chiefs are still the best team in the league.
Chiefs?
Yeah. Kansas City Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes and Taylor Swift's latest boy. So I just hope that Travis Kelce realized that he's going to have an entire album written about him
as soon as they break up.
Yeah.
Not the misogyny.
That's what she's waiting for.
She was with before Travis. She was with her boyfriend for 7 years. So
who?
Joe Alwyn. He's like a
Oh,
like
he
a
was ugly,
D-list.
so it doesn't
He's like
really
a D-list
matter.
actor.
And that's why she had no music coming out, because she didn't
That's
have
not
any,
even true.
She didn't have
That's not
anything
even
to write
true.
about.
She had.
That's so true.
When she was dating Joe Alwyn, she had Lover, Reputation, Lover, Folklore, Evermore, Red Taylor's version, Fearless Taylor's version.
That's like a whole
and
album. Just say the whole
Midnights.
album.
Like 7 albums come out in the span that she was dating Joe. Just so you know.
Wow.
Well,
You should be
no
her
wonder they
publicist.
broke up.
I
You
really
should be her
am ready.
publicist.
Why did they break up?
No, I said that's probably the reason. If she's
yeah.
writing songs about him like that,
He would-
I'd break up with
He
her.
wrote a lot of the songs with her.
Oh,
Fun fact.
really?
Yeah. I know everything about Taylor Swift. It's a little bit
You're
creepy.
making me hate Taylor now. She should have stayed with Taylor. You know, Taylor Lautner?
Taylor Lautner
Taylor and Taylor?
from Twilight.
Yes.
We're getting that subject later, but let's get back to the football.
Yeah, okay.
So, did you
Sorry.
see the game with the Jets? Did you see the last play?
No, I was coming back from the Schuylkill in Philadelphia where my son had rode in a race. And so I was listening to it on the radio. And I don't think there's anything worse. Well, I shouldn't say that. The announcers were fine. But when you want to see the game and you're listening to it on the radio, but it sounded like a really ugly game on every possible level. So
It was terrible.
the Giants basically completely blew it, which is kind of very Giants lately.
Very. So
But then again, I'm
like,
also a Mets fan, so I'm used to
Mets.
disappointment. Yeah. So, you know.
I just wear the caps. I don't even watch baseball. But
I don't know what's happening in this conversation right now.
Now,
Sports?
well, that's okay. On another note, my favorite basketball team is the Golden State Warriors because Steph Curry is by far my favorite player.
He's amazing.
And 2 nights ago, he had 42 points, and he put on an absolute show. It was incredible.
he does
I didn't
not
even want to
miss.
stay up because it was too late, but I couldn't stop watching him.
We have the same birthday. Me and Stephen Curry.
Steph Curry.
You, Steph Curry?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Simone
Wow.
Biles.
See,
Oh,
so
really?
you see, so you do have some sports
Yeah.
connections.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my
Simone
God,
Biles, a
Bethany.
legend. I'm reading her book right now, actually.
She's pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
And very strong.
She could play football, but football players can't do gymnastics.
Oh,
I know. Isn't she married to a football?
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh.
she dates an NFL. Or is she married to him?
Oh, yeah, I think they got married.
Oh,
Good for
Wait, what team
her.
is he on?
lovely. Not sure, but I know.
Not sure.
I know. I saw a picture the other day where, yeah,
Wait, what basketball team do I like?
I don't know. You'd have to tell me.
Wait, what is it called? Not the 76ers.
That's with Joel Embiid, the Sixers. Do you
think
root for the Knicks, your local team?
No,
Okay.
they're all my friends.
How about the Nets?
Nope.
All right, so I'm stumped.
Okay, LaMelo. Do you know LaMelo? He's a new player. And like all
yeah.
his whole family like plays basketball.
One of the most annoying families
What?
ever. Oh my God.
I love them and their show
The
is so funny.
the father's awful. He's
you think
awful.
so?
Oh yeah.
He seems a little mean, but like
he's awful.
you don't like it?
No.
Did you see like at least like a full episode or like watch some
I
clips?
just know that the dad's he's unbearable.
He's a little hard on them, but they got in the NBA, so I think that worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the Jacksons became successful too, but
Oh.
that didn't mean that their dad had to like beat them.
Oh yeah. That's actually true. That's kind of funny though. But LaMelo was like, yeah, I like his shoes.
All right.
Do you know any basketball? Like, what's your favorite basketball shoe? Do you know any of them?
I'm not really into the shoes. I remember when Jordans came out and that was the big thing. But
It still
yeah,
is. I feel
still
like.
is. Yeah. I mean, Jordan's the greatest basketball player ever. Do not say LeBron because then I'm walking off the set.
I don't know.
You know,
any.
I was just gonna throw it out there that some people would pick LeBron
Well,
over Michael.
but I was hoping that you'd want to have some credibility.
Oh no, I give a lot of credit to Jordan.
Good. Very good.
We love you, Michael Jordan. I wear your shoes all the time.
I can't like comment on this because I have no idea anything about sports. So.
Well, that's okay.
yeah.
Yeah, let's move on. So
Yeah.
Okay. You want to talk about Twilight again?
Not really.
Not really.
Yeah.
Have you ever saw Twilight?
I've watched some of Twilight because my wife and daughter are into it, so they've kind of lured me in a little bit, but I'm not a huge fan.
Are you a fan of like vampires and werewolves?
I'm interested in it, and I think that it's an interesting genre overall, but I find it interesting, and Anne Rice talked about, she wrote Interview with the Vampire,
Yeah.
and she talked about how she was influenced when she was in college by The Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka, and she said that
I had to read that for AP Lit.
There you go. So she said that when people told her the only thing worth writing about were like normal people and normal stories, she wanted to write about the bizarre and the fantastic. And when she read Kafka's The Metamorphosis, she said, oh my God, here's someone who speaks to me. And then she was inspired to write Interview with the Vampire. Interview with the Vampire was huge. And then it always goes in cycles. Then they kind of disappear for a while. And then we got to Twilight, and Twilight was huge. And then there was True Blood. And so
The Vampire Diaries.
Yeah,
Vampire Diaries,
right.
the originals.
The genre has always seems to come back because people are fascinated by the supernatural.
I definitely am.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I've always wanted to be a vampire until I realized that they're like devil people. So I get scared. Yeah. I think they're devil people, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I know they're just like dead. They're like
I mean, they
zombies,
can't
but,
walk
like,
into a
kind
church, I think. So that's devil people.
I don't know.
But yeah, like, do you think that they're real?
No.
I think they are. The story had to come from somewhere.
Yeah, it came from a guy who wrote Dracula.
Exactly.
Bram Stoker.
Oh, I saw Dracula for the first time, like the original, with my mom, like 2 months ago. Terrible. Well, because it was old, but I think that vampires were real.
Okay, that's you're
Right.
entitled. You're entitled.
I think mermaids are real, but I don't think they're like Ariel. I think they're like really gross, like
Me too.
fish with just like a lump and then like a tail. I don't think they're as like
With a
beautiful and
lump and a
gorgeous.
tail.
Yeah, just like they're not like like they have. Like,
I think it was delusional sailors who were just really desperate, who just
So who thought they saw something?
hadn't seen women in a really long time. So that's just my opinion on the whole mermaid thing.
yeah,
Do you
Those
sad.
poor guys, they had been at sea way too long.
That's so sad for them.
Yes.
Oh my god, pathetic.
I think that mermaids are real too. But yeah, like you said, they're like ugly fish
Yeah,
that look like humans probably.
or not even just like that they have a tail and like you said, like the people at sea are like, oh my god.
You're done. Do you believe in aliens?
I think there is some other kind of life out there for sure. Yes. Because I think it would be kind of shocking if we're the only
Species,
intelligent life.
Yeah.
And the more I see of this world, the less intelligent I think people are.
That's so,
So
real.
like,
That's so real.
do you think that there's like aliens on planet right now?
I don't know about that, but I just have to believe that there's something else out there.
Me too. But I think that like Area 51, I think that's all bullcrap.
Oh yeah. Oh my god. Do you remember in 2020 when everyone was gonna raid Area 51?
Yeah. People are idiots.
Yeah. Like
YouTubers literally. I don't even want to talk about that. People are so dumb. Like, what if they said that there was an alien there? Why would you risk your life for YouTube to even go in that area?
I don't know. It's like in horror movies when they like hear a sound and then they go towards the sound. Like
That's
why?
me.
Like,
I'm kidding. Like, no. Like, what?
That commercial that's out right now where the people hide behind the chainsaws.
Chainsaws.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like the car's running and they could get away. Like, no, let's not do that. Let's go in there.
That's my
And-
mom's favorite commercial.
Yeah.
it's just like,
Wait.
why
That's what
would
I'm
you-
talking. That's what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
That's unfortunately, the intelligence level has dropped
Oh
considerably.
my
It
god.
definitely
I
has.
watched Scream for the first time a couple weeks ago, and like the fact that they all kept picking up the phone made me so angry. Like, just like, I know it's a landline, but just disconnect your landline, change your number, something.
Yes.
Like,
I just move
why?
away. I don't think they could find you.
yeah,
I just get on a plane and go somewhere.
like go to a different town maybe.
yes.
I don't know, why
Maybe
would you
move out
stay-
of the house where you're hearing voices.
Yeah, like maybe don't stay in your house, maybe move. Like, I just don't. If I was in a horror movie, I would be the best. I would survive. I'd be the final girl.
I would die first.
I don't think
I think we
so.
all know why.
I think you'd make it.
Oh, of course, because I'm. This works.
Yeah.
Like, oh my! Did you see Terrifier?
No.
Don't watch it.
Terrifying.
I cried. Yeah, and I think I had to sleep with my mom that night. No, what movie was I? I had to sleep with my mom. I had to leave.
So when I was your age, the movie that came out that was huge was The Exorcist. And when The Exorcist came out, it kind of was a national sensation. And so I chickened out of going to see the movie because I made the mistake of reading part of the book. But I heard a story about a girl who was 18 who went to go see the movie. And her younger brother knew she had gone to see the movie. And so he decided to be a great younger brother. And he waited up for her under her bed. And when she got into bed that night, he started shaking her mattress and screaming. and she like lost it and slept with her parents for a week after that. So that was a great story.
That's kind of funny. I do that.
Yeah, I don't even blame her for that. Like, no, I would never go to my room again.
No, that's hilarious. I would do that to my siblings.
Oh my God.
To my mom, I did it actually. Yeah, I just barged in her room like really loud after she watched something scary.
Oh my God.
I think I'd win that prank wars. I definitely would. But like, if you could be in a scary movie, which one would it be?
I don't think I'd want to be in a scary movie at all.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
No, me either. Okay, if you had to, like, if you had to get away from like a scary person,
I think I'd be in Halloween and finally end Michael Myers.
I don't think
Because
so.
he comes, he's kind of like Jason. Michael
Comes
Myers
back.
And Jason, they just keep coming back.
And
It's like they're long gone and dead, and but then someone goes, no, I think we could still make a sequel, but we killed him off. Oh, that's okay. We're just gonna make money, so we just bring him back.
The last Halloween they made was garbage. It was so random.
Yes,
It was like, oh, let me throw something in there to make a movie.
they wanted to give Jamie Lee Curtis another role.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I love her. I absolutely love her for that. But they should have stopped it at like probably like the second one.
Yeah.
Garbage. But Michael Myers, the theme song, every time I hear it, I just curl into a ball because it's so scary. And my friends would like purposefully play it.
And I'm pretty sure the guy who wrote Halloween also wrote the music.
Oh,
And
then
he
must
went-
be a
he-
scary person.
And he went to where I went to graduate school,
Really?
Western Kentucky University. Yeah.
Did you go at the same time or no?
No. I
No.
think I'm pretty sure he's older.
Older?
Mhm.
Well, I gotta have a couple words with that man, because that music is scary. If you did see The Terrifier, I'd probably be in that movie because... No, I wouldn't. Oh, God, I'm getting scared. Okay. But he's like a clown that, like, the way he kills people is so brutal. Okay, I'm done talking about this. I'm getting scared. What about you, Bethany? Before we wrap that part up?
I don't know. Maybe, honestly, maybe Nope. Just because, like, the whole, like, cloud thing. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Yeah, Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, Nope.
Nope.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh. It came out, like, last year or 2 years ago. But basically, there wasn't really, like, it was more of, like, a thriller than, like, a horror movie. But, like, it was just, like, a kind of, like, cloud thing that was, like, the villain.
Okay.
And, like, honestly, I would love to see that. Like, it was scary,
Mm-hmm.
but that would be so cool to see in real life. I
Out
don't
the
know.
door. See, people... Okay.
From a distance, obviously. Like, not right there, but, like, from, like, a really, 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 really far distance with, like, a really big, like, lens that can see really, really far. So I can stay really far away.
Yep, you're going to jail. But let's change this topic completely. Do you have any questions?
Oh, me? I don't... What's your, like, favorite, like, singer and, like, favorite songs and stuff?
So I like a lot of different music. I think there's not a specific, as long as it's good, I'll listen to anything. I also play piano, so I
real?
love music, period. Always
That's so cool.
has a big influence on me.
Mm-hmm.
When'd
How
you
long have you been playing piano
Yeah, I
for?
was just gonna ask.
Yeah.
So I could always play by ear. I could play melody by ear, but I didn't know how to really improvise chords. So when I first started teaching about 35 years ago, I started to, I took 3 months of lessons and I learned how to read music, and that kind of elevated my play a little bit. I'm not great, but I love it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Do you, like, have a piano?
I do have a piano at home, and I also play in the band room sometimes.
So fun. Oh my god.
Yeah, I started playing piano when I was, I'm going to say 8 years old. And sorry if you're watching this. My piano teacher kind of ruined it because she scared me.
Gotcha. My piano teacher was great, but I only took 3 months lessons, and she was like, "Oh wow, you've made so much progress. We can't wait to keep going." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I learned how to read music and play chords. That's all I wanted."
That's all you need.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to be able to play the stuff I like. I didn't really want to get to classical and play all that stuff. I just wanted to play Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, modern stuff.
The important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The important stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to play like the extravagant, like the really hard stuff. Like what is his name? You guys know what I'm talking about?
Beethoven.
Beethoven. There you go. I wanted to play like the all
Yeah,
over,
yeah.
and that's still my goal. Like when I when I
You got to
graduate,
find the
I'm
right
gonna be
teacher.
into it.
That's all.
Yeah, I know.
Can you play like Bohemian Rhapsody?
I can play parts of it, not the whole thing, but yeah, I could play like a working version of a lot of stuff. I wouldn't say it's exactly the full thing, but yeah, chords and melody for sure.
That's awesome.
Did you ever play a different instrument?
I learned 4 chords in guitar, and then I had my son, and that kind of put the end to guitar lessons.
Yeah.
So, but I would like to go back to that, and that's kind of on my bucket list to play guitar
Me
eventually.
too.
Yeah.
No, guitars, I don't know if I'm playing it wrong, but like it hurts my fingers.
Yeah, it's supposed to.
Oh, it is? Okay, I
Yeah,
thought
well,
it was
when you
just
first
me.
start playing, you're going to get blisters on your fingers. There's a famous, I got blisters on my fingers. Yeah.
But yeah. Did
It's
you ever
like-
play an instrument?
I did do a couple like piano lessons, but it was like right before Hurricane Sandy. So then like I didn't do it again.
I don't even remember Hurricane Sandy.
I just remember like going there in like the middle of a rainstorm and then like not going again.
Sandy was like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Only 10 years? How
Yeah.
old am I? Only 10 years ago? I do not remember Sandy at all. I remember trees like falled over and I woke up one day and it was just like that. That's what I remember.
I had a little drum set, but I never learned how to actually do it. So I don't know what happened to that. I had a guitar. I never learned how to use that. And I did ukulele in like class, like in like chorus class or whatever in middle school.
There's a new commercial out right now that said, "Don't be ukulele guy." He starts playing at the beach, and the guy next to him goes, "No, you're not doing that." And he like takes and throws it in the fire.
Like Riptide. Like,
Wait, what kind of commercial was it?
I should know what. That's probably a sign of a bad commercial because I'm not even sure what it's for, but it's funny.
I did play the saxophone. It's like literally the same thing as piano, just like on.
Except you have to blow into it.
Yeah, and it's hard.
Yeah.
And you have wood in your mouth, and it hurts, and it's nasty.
So the one saxophone player who I loved was Clarence Clemens, and now I think it's his nephew Jake plays with Bruce. But Clarence was an amazing saxophone player.
That could have been me, but I stopped
Yeah.
again.
You're still young. You have
Yeah.
plenty of time.
I think the problem with me is like I'm a quitter. I quit like
oh, me too.
every instrument, every sport that I play. I've quit.
I don't think I've stayed in a club like longer than like a couple months.
You're trying new things. It's okay.
Yeah.
Until you find what you really want to do.
I love to hear that
Yeah.
because people are like, always you gotta stop, and I'm like,
Yeah. Like you
I'm
just gotta
good.
like push through it and like you gotta commit. It's like I don't want to.
The whole idea that you have to know exactly what you want to do when you're in high school is a little bit much because some of the most interesting people don't know what they want to do and they discover things later in life. Grandma Moses didn't start painting until she was an old woman.
Did you always like want to be like an English teacher?
So when I was undergrad at South Carolina, I did broadcast journalism and I did a minor in English and a minor in public relations. And then I went to graduate school and I did 2.5 years of sports information. So I traveled with the sports teams and I did a lot of that. And while I was there, I decided I was originally going to do journalism first and then teach later. And then while there, I decided I'd rather teach and coach when I was young and maybe do journalism when I retire.
Oh, so like that wasn't your dream. That's not what you grew up like wanting to do.
No, because I thought I was going to do journalism. But when I did journalism, there was parts of it that I liked a lot. And then there were parts of it that I didn't love. And one of the things when I traveled with the teams, when I did sports information, I realized I didn't want to be traveling all over the country all the time. That seems exciting when you first do it, but I didn't want to spend my whole life traveling and being on buses and planes. And I'd rather, kind of
settle down a little.
Yeah. The travel thing wore off very quickly.
How many states have you been to?
A lot. And that's part of it. And especially when you take buses, which I did for my first 2 years of graduate school, we took buses all the time. Yeah, not a fun way to travel.
Yeah. Oh, like you didn't fly? You had to take a bus?
No. So when I traveled with the baseball team, they primarily took buses. We only flew like twice. When I traveled with the girls' basketball team, my last year, they flew almost everywhere. That was a lot better.
Yeah. Wait, do you like flying? Or obviously you don't like buses, but
Well,
is flying
I'd
good
rather
for you?
I'd rather fly than drive 12 hours for sure.
I drove 8 hours for Ohio, and I feel like it's probably better than fly. I'm just scared of like the turbulence or potentially crashing. Have you ever been on a plane?
Flying's actually
Yeah.
safer statistically than driving.
I've heard, but
Yeah.
is it? Is it really?
It
What if the
is.
engine goes out?
Well,
Is what it
you
is.
Could, you could get hit walking across the street. So
That is very true. Have you ever been on a plane?
Yeah.
How long have you been on a plane for? Like how many hours?
I went to Florida. Like, I went to Disney World and then I went on the Disney cruise.
Oh,
So
that's
I guess
cool.
like 4 times, like 2.5 hours
Wow.
each way, maybe. I
Mm-hmm.
guess. I don't know. However long the airplane ride to Florida was, like 5 years
Florida
ago.
from here is about
2
3 hours. Yeah,
3
I was
hours.
close. I was close.
yeah,
2.5.
two to three, depending
Mhm.
on.
How long have you been on a flight for?
The longest flight I went to Alaska. I think that was my longest.
Oh my
my
gosh.
God.
Yeah.
How many hours was that? Do you know?
I don't remember. I know, like when I went to Hawaii for my honeymoon,
Mhm.
we flew to San Francisco, or we flew to California, and then from California to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like 5 hours, and then this flight from California to Hawaii is quicker than that. But I think the flight to Alaska, I forget, but it was probably, maybe the same, maybe like 5 hours.
Yeah.
Wait, I went to Texas. I wonder how many hours Texas was like. Probably
Texas is, I believe, 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Was
My
terrible.
niece is at Texas right now. We went there this summer. She got her, got into pharmacy school, so we went there for her white coat ceremony.
Oh, that seems nice.
Yeah, so that was cool.
Texas is really nice too.
All right. I'm from Texas.
And the food down there.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh,
Barbe-
it's like
the barbecue?
amazing. Barbecue, like the ribs, the
some
everything.
good stuff.
In their
Terry
airport?
Black's barbecue.
Never had that.
Oh yeah, it's pretty big.
And like the food that they have down there is so different from up here. Like they have In-N-Out Burger. They have like
Yes.
what is the other place? Cane's.
Oh, yeah.
In-N-Out Burger's actually garbage though. It looks good, but it's terrible.
Yeah. Got to go with the barbecue.
Barbecue, top 10. Okay, have you ever been to Texas?
Nope. I have
You
not
gotta
been
go
to
to Texas.
Texas.
You gotta go.
I want to go everywhere though, so maybe one day.
Here's your trivia of the day.
Mm.
Texas has the most highway in America. Biggest highway system in America.
They do,
They do.
and like it was like paths like this and that. I was like,
You can drive forever in Texas.
you can, and
can.
like there's trucks everywhere.
I was on
And-
Jeopardy the other night. That was Final Jeopardy, I think.
Do you think like a Texas driver would like survive in New Jersey because of their like?
We
highways?
wouldn't survive down there.
I mean, there are
Yeah.
cities in Texas, so there are parts of Texas where you got to deal with traffic. But
Mhm.
yeah, we live in one of the most congested places.
Areas.
Period. Yeah.
Mhm. Like, but Dallas is like
Yeah,
it's
Dallas is a big city. Houston's a pretty big city.
huge.
Yeah.
But it's like most of it's like a big way of traffic, and there's trucks everywhere, and there's like speeding people. I don't know.
I'm so tired. It was so hard to wake up this morning because it was like, it looked like it was 10 p.m. when I stepped out of the house this morning. It was so dark.
Darkness.
Yeah.
All right, you guys want to say any final words while we wrap this up?
I think so.
All right. I
right.
just want to say thanks for having me on.
Of
and
course.
I thought you two did a great job, and it was a lot of fun.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. All right. Bye, Spartaners.